Let's try this again. Hopefully it works this time. I ain't never had this happen before. Okay.
Yo.
There we go.
Here we go. I'm like, yo,
There we
what the
go.
fuck going on?
Instagram don't want us to be great. That's what's going on.
That shit was wild real quick, man. I'm gonna shoot out some requests to the audience, man.
That's
Yeah.
what's up. Yeah. The Georgia boy 1104 is here. What's up?
What's popping
Cause
though? What's
I gotta
popping with
pin
you, King?
I
What
gotta
you think?
pin
What you
this.
thinking today, man?
I I didn't watch it live. I'm not gonna lie. The last inauguration I saw live, I think, was Obama.
Oh, word.
Uh, yeah, 2012. Because I was still in school. We were in video production class, just watching it, and I'm being like, dang.
Nah, I
No,
feel
not
you.
even 2012. It had to have been '08. Yeah, it was '08 the first time. Because 2012, I was out of high school.
Oh,
But I
okay.
love the memes. I
Yo,
love the memes. The
I
internet is
watched that shit
undefeated.
live, son.
Did you?
Hell yeah. I was like, yo. I mean, yeah, I had to. I felt like I had to watch it, man. And, you know,
Because you got a daughter?
nah, cause I had to be entertained real quick, man. And
Okay.
and plus, you know what I mean? Like I said, yo, like we said we was coming back in the new year, we was dropping more content and touching on a lot more shit. So, you know,
I'm with you.
this is one of those things where it was like, yo, I gotta watch this shit because you know, I didn't have a dog in the fight. So
Right. Yeah. I wasn't with either one of them
yeah.
niggas.
But I will say this, because I didn't have a dog in the fight, I
hmm
could be a lot more transparent and on both sides. And
Mm,
so that's like kind of how I looked at it, you know.
I feel you. Yeah,
Cause
the internet was on fire, bro.
yeah, niggas was hurt. Niggas was hurting today. You know.
That's what you were saying. No, I was on the other side of Twitter
No, I mean
where
I
it
was seeing
was,
everything, but
yeah,
niggas is happy and niggas is relieved, but niggas is hurt too.
yeah,
So
yeah. I
I'm
wish
just
I had like a
I'm just
little,
I'm just burning
I wish I
some
had like a
incense, yo. You know.
little iPad where I could just be able to wave at people who come instead of having to like literally reach over.
Nah, I feel you. What's up, baby?
It's the little things. Appreciate y'all joining. We just talking about the inauguration.
Oh, yeah, man.
Uh,
I'm good.
yeah, I
Yo,
couldn't believe that they were having a live inauguration. Like I put on Facebook, I was like, really? In the middle of a pan-seared scallop? Like they having a in-person
nah, I knew they put that
inauguration?
shit live, man, because of what happened a couple weeks ago, man. You know.
See, that's what other people were saying because at first I thought it was just ego. Like I really just thought they was being petty. Like, look,
Nah, I mean, yeah, it was ego. You know, it was. We're not gonna let that insurrection or whatever they wanted to call it, you know, shut shit down. I get it, but
I
it wasn't
I
nobody
didn't get
there
it.
though.
I was like, there was like it could have turned into like a super spreader event, but like people I was talking to, they were like, no, it seemed like everybody there, or at least the presidents and the vice presidents, were already vaccinated. But I
Yeah,
wouldn't have went.
I wasn't expecting them to like it to be a no go, but I was definitely expecting them to shut shit down and be like, niggas ain't getting it.
I thought they might try virtual, but
Nah,
I
come on,
guess it.
come on now.
What you mean? It's a
Nah,
pandemic outside, fam.
nah, man.
Almost five hundred
Come on,
thousand
man.
people are dead.
Americans is not gonna give up tradition.
That's
Ain't
stupid to
no
me.
pandemic is gonna give up tradition. All right, look what happened 2 weeks ago. That's
I mean, but
tradition.
that's not tradition. Niggas storming the You think
Yeah,
niggas
yeah,
storming the
yeah,
Capitol is tradition?
yeah. Unchecked white privilege and unchecked white rage. Yeah, that's tradition, baby.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
That's tradition. That's like, I didn't see anything un-American about what the fuck went on.
Got you, got you, got you. That's funny.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
You know, like I said,
Yeah.
I keep it real. I keep it real about how I feel and when I look at a situation, everybody has that right, whether I agree
I ain't
with it
mad
or
at
not,
it.
whether I agree with it or not, Yeah,
You know what I don't agree with? You know what's crazy?
well,
Puerto Rico can't vote for who's president, even though they're technically U.S. citizens. That's nuts to me.
it's
Like,
not a
if you're
state.
on the island, right, but
It's
so?
well, listen, it's not a state, and it's not a state, even though it's considered U.S. territory.
Right.
We don't interfere with their government.
Man.
Listen, we don't interfere. We don't interfere with their politics.
But they get taxed, though. Like, that's literally taxation without representation.
I understand that, but we also let them do their thing, and if they need military help, we got them. Is that not a true statement, or I'm just saying?
No, that's true. I
All
mean,
right,
I'd much rather not.
so think about it. Where are their taxes going to then?
I
Protection.
don't feel like that's. I don't feel like that's a fair trade. What? I mean,
I,
that's like a
listen, bro.
bully.
Listen to what I'm
That's like
telling
a
you, bro.
bully. That's like
You
a
gotta
bully
listen.
bullying you, and then you being like, "Yo, you pay me, and then I'll protect you from the other bully." Like, I didn't ask to be bullied in the first place.
Yo, you're right, but I was in the military, right? So
Yeah.
I understand that side of it because you think about it. If they not U.S. territory and they want to run like they're themselves, anybody can just come take their shit,
Right, but like the
and they're
U.S. did.
defenseless, huh?
Like PR and Guam didn't ask to be colonized by the
No,
U.S.
you're right. They didn't actually be colonized by the U.S., but the reality is this: they're paying taxes for their protection. They're not paying it for nothing else because my point is this: they can be truly colonized without being a part of the U.S. and we could
Man,
and we could just sit back and be like, what
that's
y'all want us to
America's
do?
the mafia, bro.
No, yo,
America's the
I'm
mafia.
not disagreeing with you, but I'm telling you what it is.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what it is. I'm like yo, you're entitled to feel how you feel about it, but I'm telling you what the facts are.
Nah,
That,
I know
that
what people.
that's what
I
it
know
is.
people from PR who say they want, like they don't want to become their own. How do they say it? They're like they don't want to be a state, but
Yeah,
then
they
they
don't want to be a
don't
state, but
want,
they don't want to be their
but
own
they
country.
don't want PR's independence. I was like, wait,
Yeah.
what? And they were talking about that military
Well,
aspect.
yeah, because it makes them vulnerable. You
They
think
were
about
already vulnerable with or without. Go
you're
ahead.
right, you're right, but like you think about these smaller countries that are a territory of somebody else. It's for a reason.
I mean, but Cuba's independent and like
You're
they
right,
chilling.
you're right. But Cuba is not as small as Puerto Rico,
Okay.
is it?
But
Like it's not even close. You could probably fit like 20 Puerto Ricos inside of Cuba. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's like Monaco, the country of Monaco.
yeah.
Like they're protected by all three countries that surround them because it's a
Like
principality, and
they
if
big brothers.
yeah, if they wanted to, they could be like, all right, we just gonna take that shit. Like if it was
Yeah.
like in the back in the day. So I mean, that's how shit go. Unfortunately, we just a big giant world that's afraid of one another. So yeah.
All right. So inauguration happened. You watched it live. I didn't. Uh, how you think J Lo did? I heard she had like a little Fergie moment where like, let's make some noise. Like nigga.
Nah, actually, she was better than Gaga.
Whoa.
Yeah, she was better to me. She was better than Gaga, and that has nothing to do with the fact that I've been in love with her since I was 8 years old. But She was better than Gaga.
You was watching In Living Color and fell in love with a fly girl.
Nah, it was actually Selena.
Oh,
Yeah, it
yeah,
was
that makes
Selena.
sense.
But
Anything for Salinas
yeah, anything for Salinas.
with
But
an
yeah,
S.
yeah, son, I watched it. I watched everything though. Like I even watched it and see like I'm not one of them niggas that just watch one thing and then just take the information that I get from there. I
You
watch
gotta
everything
switch it
from like,
up.
yeah, I watched a little Fox News, low CNN, what's the other one? MSNBC or some other bullshit. Like I watched all
Yeah.
of that shit because I was like, they all giving out different info. They all giving out whatever their biased opinion is.
Yeah, my
So
homegirl Ashley does that. She checks all the different networks, not just sticking with one. That's smart.
yeah, I can't do that, yo, because then I turn out like the idiots that I can't stand. So I'm dead ass, yo.
I know you are. That's why I'm laughing.
Like, but then then the long and short of it is, like, I'll listen to those idiots, but those idiots won't listen to me.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let them have a moment though. It's nothing. Hey, babe, can I get a napkin? Yeah, but yeah, I watched the inauguration. I watched everything leading up. Like uh, I watched Dope 45's last walk the
He's
Marine one.
dope. Dope 45.
Dope 45, man. Yeah. Hey, look, I don't rock with that nigga, but
Nobody, well, I can't even say nobody does because 70 million people voted for that nigga.
yeah, exactly. 70 million people voted for that nigga. So there's 70 million people that's hurting right now. That's
They
upset.
sick right now.
They sick. You know what I mean? And
Yeah. They'll be all right.
yeah, they'll be alright. But I'm like I said, nigga. Hey, but that's funny though, cause niggas that wasn't niggas' energy 4 years ago. When they were saying, "Oh, y'all'll be alright," nah,
I
niggas
remember
high
somebody literally
election
told
bitches.
nah, somebody literally told me he's like, you'll be all right. Like he literally told me he was a Trump voter too. Like this is somebody who like I love.
Yeah,
That joke was
yo,
just it was weird, yeah.
I ain't care. Like I said, I ain't had no dog in the fight, man. At the
No, I
end of the
definitely
day,
cared. In 2016, I definitely cared. I
nah,
was like,
I didn't. Oh, I didn't care. I didn't care then either.
nah, I woke up like two, cause I didn't even watch it. I was like, man, Hillary got this in the bag.
That
And I
shit.
don't even bang,
I
bro, I don't even bang with Hillary like that though. Like I
look.
was like, this is a no-brainer.
Hey,
And her
I
whole
went to
thing was
sleep.
like, I'm not Trump. And that didn't work.
Look, bro, I went to sleep, woke up the next morning, and I saw that shit, and I was like, "Holy shit, we really did this shit!" And
Nah, I
literally, I
had,
was like, "I said, you know what? That's the thing, man. I kept the same energy
yeah,
4 years ago, and I'm gonna keep the
yeah.
same. And I kept the same energy, and I said, well, the American people have spoken. That like literally, like yo, like I'll never forget. Like I had called my mom called me and everything, and she was talking to me. And I said, "Mom, you want me to be real with you? I don't care." I said, "I don't care. The American people have spoken."
Yeah.
And I said, "Hey, they have spoken, and they will see." And I say the same thing, and I keep the same energy 4 years later. The American people have spoken, and they will see, bro.
Let's
I
be clear
watched.
though. The electoral college has spoken. Let's be
Yeah,
clear.
look.
Cause like that popular
Hey,
vote don't mean nothing, bro.
hey. That's the electoral college represents the vote of the American
Dumb-
people. So,
Which was an institution that represented slavery, but like
but my point, my but facts is facts. Like I say,
yeah,
that is what yep, that's what they have chosen to represent the votes of the American people. So I say
yep,
the American people have spoken. Now,
FA.
like on some real shit.
Yeah.
Uh, 4 years ago, niggas wasn't on that shit that they was on 2 weeks ago. Like,
Mm.
like they wasn't on it all the way, but I'm gonna say like 50% to 65% of the way they was on that shit.
You saw
Four
niggas
years
like
ago.
rioting and stuff?
No,
Like
no, no. That's the 45% that they wasn't on. The rest of
The
it,
45%.
the rest of it, they was on that
Yeah.
shit. Oh, y'all cheated. Y'all this. Yeah, niggas was
Russia,
on that
whoop de
shit.
whoop.
Yeah, y'all
Yeah.
was on that. They was on that shit. So like, yo,
No, I was. Like I remember I think I could find it too.
okay.
There's
So
I
you
like
say you was
posted
on that shit. So
yeah,
so
I posted like a picture of like a passport and then I quoted Eric B and Rakim where I said thinking of a master plan. Nigga, I wasn't going nowhere.
yeah, yeah. But
I was tripping, yo.
you was on that shit, and
Yeah.
so you could relate to how these people felt. You can
Somewhat,
relate to
yeah.
how they felt.
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I said. I was like, the facts are like taking out any narratives, right? When I talk about what happened 2 weeks ago, I always say it this way because then it gets you to think, and
Mm.
it gets you to think outside of your own fucking brainwashed universe.
Yeah.
I said 2 weeks ago. I said I'm gonna say that. I said this factually and without pointing a narrative. American
Go.
citizens laid siege to the United States Capitol, accusing their government of voter fraud. That is factually what happened last Wednesday.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to paint a narrative, you'll say a Trump mob attacks Capitol building, uh, due to lies about voter fraud. I'm like, no, like, don't like. I say this: Trump incited that shit, but as far as
Facts.
the rioting and all of that shit goes, like, I don't blame. I'm not gonna put that on him. I'm not gonna put that on him that a bunch of fucking dumbass brainwashed followers of his just decided to bust open the Capitol.
I think that just goes to like I think it's similar to like when somebody's like when you're trying to get somebody off your bumper, where they're
Yeah,
like, "Yo, man, we really need to go to the beach. Yo, let's go to the beach." And you're like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, we'll go to the beach." And then they just show up at the beach and they call you and they're like, "Yo, where you at?" You're like, "Oh, I ain't mean like today. Like
yeah, yeah,
I ain't mean and like I feel like that's what it was with Trump, where he
yeah,
was just like, "Yeah, we're gonna take back our country." And they're like, "Yeah, yeah."
yeah,
They
yeah.
they meant
We
literally.
gonna do that. And
They
he was like,
they meant literally.
yeah,
Like
he was like,
he could have just been talking,
yeah,
but like
exactly. And like that's the crazy shit. So like when I look at all of that, and I'm like, yo, like I was like, yo, these niggas just wilding. Like I was
that's
like, they
one
on some other shit, bro. Like,
that's one thing about that
but
side.
I had to keep the
I
same
feel like they
energy,
keep that
and
same
I was like,
energy.
well, we was burning down cities last summer.
This summer.
No, it was last summer,
Oh, you talking about 2020?
2020. Yeah.
Technically, yeah.
And so I had to keep that same energy, but it was like, you know, they were saying, oh, well, they didn't have this idea before Trump put these lies out and stuff. And I'm like, hold up now. Let's not act like laws wasn't changed and extensions weren't made and voting processes were not changed in order to make sure that this nigga did not get back into the White House. Those is facts. So I'm like, yo, like while I understand why y'all saying Trump started that whole idea, did y'all not do these things? Did we not go to bed on Tuesday and wake up Wednesday and still not have a president?
I
Did it not get
mean,
extended all the way till Saturday? Did y'all not make sure that every available venue that was allowed to have voters in there had that? Because I've never seen shit like that before, my nigga.
that's what the strike turned into, where LeBron and them was like, "Nigga, we done." And then
Yeah,
Barack
but
Obama got on the bat phone and he was like, "It's about voters." And so that more than the vote came out and all of those NBA arenas was
and
like, "We're gonna host
like I
people."
said, Joe Biden picked Kamala Harris because he knew that niggas is on that. I'm voting for everybody
Kamala,
black.
like Kamala.
Yeah, and they knew niggas was gonna be on that. Oh yeah, I'm voting for everybody that's black.
Yeah. That's the thing I wanted to talk to you about too, though. Like, how
Yeah,
far does the whole representation matters get you?
I'll say
And
this.
not you, but I
No,
just mean
no,
like
no,
in
no,
general.
no. I feel you. It does matter, and Um, I will say this, you know, aside from how I personally feel about Kamala Harris and how she has made her career, I mean, look at America. We have a black woman as the vice president. You know what I mean? I'm in support of that. You know, I stand behind that.
Any black, so like, were you
But that's
for?
not enough. That's not
That's
enough
what
for
I'm
me to.
saying.
That's
Like,
not enough for
I
me
don't,
to be like, all right, cool. You know,
because like I
not
don't
like
think niggas was going up for when Clarence Thomas got into the Supreme Court. They weren't like, yes, Black King, yes, let's do it. Like niggas was calling him Uncle Tom and oh, you married a white woman and you a sellout and whoop de whoop. Like I don't know.
yeah.
I feel. I mean,
I
you
mean,
talked about this. You talked about this with what's her name, Candace Owens,
yeah.
because you talked about keeping the same energy. Like niggas
Yeah,
don't do
keep the
that.
same energy.
They
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying,
they
yo. Like niggas ain't gonna keep the same energy with her.
right. They're not
You
like,
know?
oh yes, Black Queen, go on a
Yes,
platform.
exactly, bro. My nigga, like that's why, like, I'm not trying to hear that shit, bro. Like niggas was like, oh, don't be. I think DL Hughley said this shit. He said, don't be so woke that you willing to bash a black woman. Uh, don't be so woke that it's that it has something to do with don't be so woke that getting the boogeyman out of office is bashing a black woman is more important than getting Donald Trump out of office. And I'm like, nah, nigga, fuck that. Like, I'm gonna keep it real, bro. Like that shit
Yeah,
is dead, bro.
I can walk and chew gum at the same time, bro.
Because you saying that shit, I want you to keep that same energy with Candace Owens. Y'all bash, yeah, she get backlash all day and all night.
Blacklash,
I'm
throwback.
I'm just saying, niggas be having that smoke for her.
That's facts.
I mean, I do. But guess what? I'm gonna keep the same energy with Kamala Harris too. I'm gonna keep the same energy. She gonna get the smoke. You
Poot,
know?
even Poot agree with you.
Yeah. You know, like anybody can get the smoke, bro. But you know, like
That's how I feel. I really can't. I can't separate the two. Like
nah,
after the
like
2016 after the 2016 election, I realized like if somebody came up to me and was like, "Yo, fam, you voted for Hillary Clinton, but what about when she called black people super predator?" Like I had to hold that. I would just have to take that L.
I say
Like,
this,
and I feel
yeah,
like
yeah,
this
and
is the
yo,
same
keep it real.
thing.
You do, you got to take that L. But at the end of the
Yeah.
day, it's personal preference. And I look at and I'll say this, like you could separate the two, but at the end of the day, it got to be like, all right, well, you know, what's enough for you at this point? What's enough for you? You know, is me being connected to you as a black person. You know, is it stronger than me looking at you and saying, oh, you're a pedophile or some shit like that? You know what I mean? Or you know, you exploit uh this and that and the third for your profit. You know?
I mean, I recently made a video about that, about
Yeah.
not rooting for everybody black, because like I just can't. I
Nah,
can't do it. Like I feel
nah.
like
I
that's
feel you.
how
I feel
that's
you.
how that rehabilitation stuff like the
I
way
feel you.
people
You
talk
know,
about George.
as much as every part of me wants to, as much as every part of me wants to, like, you know, if something don't sit right with me, it don't sit right with me, and I gotta call you out on
Yeah,
it.
I
That's
saw a meme where it said it was these brown people um and they were getting drone strike, and the first dude was like uh but this time the drone strikes will be by a black woman. And then the other person was like, yeah, it really makes you feel like you're part of history. Like it's like that. It's like what are y'all really cheering for? Like on
yeah,
one part, you're like, oh yeah, representation matters, but what are we representing? You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I got you, but then at the same time, yo, but you also still get that. You still get this side of it too. It's like, well, y'all, we scream representation. We want representation, and then when we get it, we still not satisfied with who they put in there to represent us. So it's like, yo, at what point do us black people? At what point is us black people going to accept our success as well? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it
Like
just goes back
it's
to what do you define success?
yeah,
Because
but I'm saying it's a double-edged sword because, like I said, we can use Kamala Harris as the example. We have the first black female president, regardless of what how I personally feel about how she identified herself in this and that and third. Boom, they gonna call her a nigga. That's that. That's that. I'm keeping it real. You know?
yeah,
So we have the first black female vice president, you know? And myself as a black American, like, I am proud of that. I can't sit here and act like I'm not. You know, I'm proud that we have that representation. You know, but there are people out there that's like, oh, she not black, or she, and there's black people doing this shit, bro.
yeah, I don't
You
do it.
know,
That's just weird. That's weird to
that's what
me.
but I'm
Like,
saying. Like, so at what point are we gonna accept our success? You know what I mean? This is a big step in black history, whether you like it or not. It's a fact, you know. So
I want to ask the people like what they think. Like,
yeah,
yo,
you know, just
what
like I
y'all think
said, like
about?
sitting
Yeah,
outside of
drop in
how
the
I
comments.
personally feel about
Right.
her, you know what I mean? Hey, that's this is the first black female vice president of the United States of America.
Problem is we don't even like ourselves, bro.
Yo,
That's by
yo,
straight up real.
but did I just not? I just said that shit. I basically was just saying that shit. They made us hate ourselves and love their wealth. But and yo, like if you really think how deep into that line is, bro, what did Kamala Harris make her career doing?
Locking up black people.
For what? For her wealth. They made us hate ourselves and love their wealth. Come on, man.
That's,
I got this shit all up here, bro, and it's like, you know, but you got to decide how you got to decide what part you gonna play in it. You know what I mean?
yeah, I don't know.
You know,
I have
I
to.
may personally have some feelings. I may have some personal feelings towards, you know, how she made her career and what she did and how wrong it was. You know, but I can't take from this sister that, hey, she made Black American history.
I mean, but if you're not actively working against what you built your career on, then
She's gonna have to
I
though.
got nothing for you, fam. I mean,
Like
we
that's what I'm
say
saying.
that.
She gonna
We
have
say
to.
that.
At this
Maybe.
point, she gonna have to
But who's really gonna like they talk about what up,
because then
Semless?
we
They
gonna
talk
remember that.
right, but that doesn't mean anything. Like us remembering anything doesn't really change anything. If they're only in there for 4 years, then us being like, hey, you said you were gonna give us $2,000 checks, and then they're like, ah,
Hey,
no.
but guess what? The smart people know it ain't on them. It's on everybody under them. And you know, I just like I said, I watched the inauguration. I gotta start from the beginning, bro. Like I'm gonna give you my rundown analysis because I watched it, yo.
Do you think, fam?
So I watched Dope 45 come out the White House,
Dope
you know,
45. That's still
and
funny to me.
first I'm watching CNN. They saying how he broke tradition and he's not gonna be at the inauguration and this and that. Like, yo, and literally, I'm literally watching that and hearing them talk about this, and I'm like, so the fuck what? So what? The
Yeah,
nigga lost, he's upset. So what?
yeah.
He could be upset. Guess what? Y'all niggas are still complaining after the nigga that's about to be in the White House that y'all wanted in there is about to be in there, and y'all still complaining about this goofy ass nigga.
He a private citizen now.
They still. Oh, he invited them to something house at the last minute. I'm like, yo, bro, if he gonna be a sore loser, he gonna be a sore loser. So what? Bro, y'all already knew what it was, man.
Yeah, I don't want to invite somebody to a party who don't want to be there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And then secondly, like, yo, like, nigga, I lost. I'm tight, bro. Let me
Yeah.
be tight.
Don't be like, hey, yo, give me a hug, nigga. No, like,
Yeah. So that's that. Then they fly him
you,
off. They fly him across the river to the
yeah.
base, and he come out to give his speech. And boy, the shit that was coming out his mouth, yo, I can't not laugh at this nigga when he talks, bro. This shit is hilarious because he sounds like every other president almost. They sound all the same. They don't be saying shit. You know, we done great things, tremendous things.
That's
Uh,
Trump.
eh, but they all be saying that shit though.
It's
They don't be
vague,
telling
bro.
us nothing.
It's vague, bro.
Yeah, so
Charlamagne the God calls it dream selling. Sell them a dream.
yeah, so I'm sitting
Obama
there
got
and
elected
yo,
off 8 years of hope.
this nigga comes out his mouth talking about, we had a rough. He said, we had a rough year. Unemployment fell this significant, and which it was.
Yeah,
The pandemic killed that for him. I'm keeping it 100.
it was
And
down.
but he of course he comes out and says, we we would have done well if it wasn't for the China virus. He came right out and said that shit on TV
That's
again. I'm like,
that's
yo,
so weird, yeah.
this nigga. And then he said, we had the biggest tax breaks. What's up? What? Oh, all right. I thought you was talking to me. Yeah. He was like,
I agree with you straight up real. There's no difference in all of them. I agree with you.
yeah. He was like, we had the biggest tax breaks, and hopefully your taxes don't go up. If your taxes do go up, though, I told you so. He said that shit, yo, bro. Like, yo, this nigga had me rolling, bro, and I'm just like,
Yo, Trump is hilarious, bro. He's
he had me
hilarious, yo.
dying, yo, and I'm like, yo, like. Like literally when I'm like, yo, if anybody has a problem with what he said when he's done talking, like I'm like, yo, like how did you not expect this?
He's somebody who keeps the same energy.
He
Like
keep the same
he,
energy, so I was like, yo, but that nigga was like, yo, he said, I hope your taxes don't go up. If they do go up, remember I told you so. And he was,
oh,
yo,
whatever, Mill.
Ramel, what up, B?
Yo, they all
Like,
showing love. I appreciate it for real.
like I was telling my boy this, like the crazy Trump supporters that I look at,
Yeah.
like them niggas kept that same energy. They kept the same energy all the way through, and I'm like, yo, I can't get mad at them because
Bro, I
like
swear, yo.
the same people that been bitching these last 4 years, bro. Like, bro, like you seen it, and bro, I don't rock with Trump at all, bro. But I keep
At
the same
all.
energy. I'm a member of the Keep That Same Energy party, yo. Like, yo, these niggas for the last 4 years been doing nothing but crying, talking about not my president, not my president, not my president. If you're a Trump supporter, you racist, you're a bigot, you're a white supremacist. Now these are the same people that are saying, "Oh, we need to be unified. We need to." These are the same people.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, nah, y'all niggas ain't keep that same energy though.
I'm not gonna shake a hand at somebody who spit in my face. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
do it.
yeah. But that's all they've been doing to each other, anyways.
Yeah. I had to catch myself for real.
Yeah,
Like 4 years ago,
yeah.
nah, I definitely was like, anybody who voted for Trump is a racist. Whoop de whoop, blah 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 blah. And like that's cap. Like that's not
Nah,
even
yeah,
true.
I didn't feel that way. I never felt that way because
The thing I do say though is that the same thing that could have been said with me. Like the things that you were for, the things that you supported, uh like
hold on.
out
Hey,
somebody said
yo,
unity
that's facts,
where
yo.
Trump
That's
exposed the
facts.
real level of racial tension in this country. I'd
Yo, he
much rather it be
exposed it.
in my face.
Exposed it. Not
I'd much rather it be in my
But see,
face than not.
that's the right word to use, yo, because everybody says, "Oh, it's his fault." Like I'm like, yo, why y'all acting like niggas wasn't getting lynched like 50 years ago, bro?
Yesterday,
Yeah. What? Like, this shit ain't new. This shit ain't just start happening.
Facts. No,
Like,
because I saw somebody after the insurgents tried to take over the Capitol, where people were like,
hey,
"Oh
what
wow,
Charlamagne call him? Vanilla Isis.
yeah, Vanilla Ice." I heard somebody say "Y'all Qaeda," and I thought that was hilarious.
He called him he said Al Cracker. I'm like, yo, that's wild, yo. That's what Charlamagne said. I'm like, yo, that's wild. That's what, yo, he kept going with it too. He had me dying, but I'm like, I don't disagree with like what he's saying, you know?
That's what he called all like the races. That's what he say. He like
Yeah,
crack like it's that Chris Rock joke.
the race, yeah, for racist people, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I had to realize it's the same thing. Like if somebody been like, look, Hillary Clinton uh scammed Haiti and Bill Clinton locked up a whole bunch of people and all this other stuff. Like I would have just had to eat that. And like that's
Yeah,
how I
that's
feel.
what I said, yo. Like, cause I remember talking to my peoples, and when I told them I ain't vote, I said, yo, I had to sit this one out because I I did not support. I couldn't bring myself to support either candidate, and
Simba, that's what I was saying. You're like,
somebody
hey,
was like,
she was like, oh, I don't feel like they're racist. I just feel like they didn't have a problem with his bigotry and his anti. That's what I was saying. I was saying the
oh
good
yeah,
things
yeah,
that they honored outweighed all that bad stuff.
yeah,
And like, I honestly treated the candidacy the same way in 2016, where I was like, she's done horrible, terrible things,
yeah,
but I can't. I'm trying to keep the boogeyman out. But this election, I was like, no, I'm voting my conscience. I can't. I can't
yeah.
in good conscience.
I went with my conscience too, and I was like, nah, I'm good, cause yo, my homegirl told me straight up. She was like, look, she was like, uh, it's funny. I went back to work that week. The week of the election, I just so
Yeah.
happened to actually be back at work that week, and so we was all talking about it, and everybody, I told people straight. I said, yo, I ain't vote. I said I had to sit this one out. I'm not ashamed of it. I said I was like, I take this shit that serious that I felt like I couldn't do it.
You know what
And
I feel though? I don't agree when people say, "Oh, you didn't vote. You can't talk about what's going on here."
that's not true. That's
I think
not
that's
true
bull
because
crap.
if you could say that, then I can say you a pedophile if you voted for either one of them. That's what I can say.
Why pedophile? Why are you saying this pedophile thing?
Or I can say you're racist because you voted for either one of them. You voted for Joe Biden. You believe in mass incarceration. You think niggas should just
Right.
get locked up.
Right.
Like I said, I'm keeping the same energy, yo.
Yeah, because
I'm
like
keeping
I
the same energy.
that was my thing. I was like, I can't vote for either one of them niggas. Like, I believe Tara Reid when she said that Joe Biden sexually assaulted her. Like, I believe it. And like, people didn't keep the same energy with that either. It went from like believe all women. Uh, no, I think he's talking about sexual assault instead of pedophilia.
Nah,
Simba.
both of them because they was talking about. Come on, man, this nigga, stop acting like y'all don't watch this nigga Joe Biden sniff little kids, bro. That shit is weird, bro.
Oh man,
That
that
shit
nigga's
is
a
weird,
weirdo.
bro. He's a fucking weirdo. He be sniffing kids in the head and shit, nigga. That's weird.
That is weird. No, I
That's
just think
weird.
Trump is. Yeah, that's. I don't
That
know.
shit is
I just know
weird,
that
bro.
both of them were accused multiple times of
And yeah, he
sexual
do got
assault.
pedo waves. Exactly. Thank you. That shit weird, bro. I'm not walking up to no kids and sniffing their head, bro.
That's
First of all,
weird.
my face is not about to be near somebody else's face. That's weird, bro.
I don't, you ain't gonna hear me defend it.
So, but that's my thing. I was talking to my peoples though about not voting, and they was like, he was like, oh no, well you got to vote for somebody. I'm like, no, the fuck I don't, because
That lesser,
regardless of who I vote for, somebody's gonna take office.
yeah, that
And
lesser
I
of two
said,
evils. I,
and I
I
said,
can't
yo,
listen to that no more.
I couldn't bring myself to support either candidate, and
Yeah,
then um I think it was my mom. She was like, well, yo, I'm like this nigga orchestrated mass incarceration, and
facts.
Kamala Harris was basically his foot soldier. She made her career off of that. So
Kamala
and
became,
I
yeah,
was like, I'm like, that's one thing I can't support, especially growing up without my pops, because he was in the clink. You know what I mean?
yeah,
He was on the yard my whole
yeah.
life.
Like I can't do that. I can't
You know what I
support.
mean?
I
So you
couldn't
know,
support a candidate who wanted to give a $300 million raise to police. I couldn't do it. Like I was like, no, thank you.
I couldn't
I felt
support
like I
that,
would
and
have
you
been
know,
I felt
and
like I would
me,
have been a hypocrite if I would have been like, hey, defund the police, and then voted for somebody who was giving almost
yeah,
a $500 million
and
to
then
cops.
exactly with that was with me on the Biden Harris side, and then with me with Trump, I wasn't fucking with that nigga from the beginning. So that like, and he did nothing to change that for me.
He added more. He was like, hey, look, I'm doubling, tripling down.
Yo, if they would let him pull out them stimulus checks though, he would have won. I guarantee
Bro,
that.
on everything I love, I just got that the second stimmy. And
Yeah, I
like
got mine.
we
Yeah,
talked about this last time where I
yeah,
was like, if he pulls off this $2,000 stimulus check, I'm for it. And by for it, I mean the policy. Like I'm not for
yeah,
him.
yeah,
Like if Simba said Kamala with mass incarceration and death penalty took me out. So
yeah,
that's real.
yeah.
Like
That
death
took me
penalty
out, B.
affects more
Look, I get it.
more black and brown people.
Her job, point blank, like she was a prosecutor. That was her job. You
She was
know,
like the top cop. Niggas
yeah,
called
but
her
what I'm
Coppola.
saying is like on one level, I'm like, yo, that's her job. Her job is to put people in jail. Cool, but we if you know the law and you know the ins and outs, you know that shit was a fucking layup for everything she had was a straight layup, bro. You know,
Yeah, I don't.
and
I'm
I
not.
couldn't rock
I'm
with it.
not with it.
I couldn't
Like the
rock with it.
fact that she. It's weird though, cause like I feel like some politicians try to play both sides of it, and
Yeah,
like now I'm seeing the squad do it. Like with like I feel like you can't be like, oh yeah, in the memory of the Panthers. I'm from Oakland. Like we were raised in the era of the Panthers, but then like go strictly against what the Panthers was talking about. I'm like,
yeah,
bro,
go
that's not
against
how
the
that
grain.
works.
Nah, I feel you, bro. I feel you.
Or like AOC talking about like, yeah, I'm a democratic socialist, I'm a democratic socialist, blah blah blah. But then when it comes to uh, abstaining the vote to confirm, what's that white old lady name? Um,
Pelosi.
Thank you, Nancy Pelosi.
Oh yeah, man.
They're like,
Yeah,
yo, why don't you just
fuck
hold
her.
your vote until they have Medicare for all on the floor? And
Hold
she's
on,
like,
hold on.
oh, well, we need a plan or whatever. I'm like, yo, bro, keep that same energy. What's that comment say? Read that for me.
Hey, he said what took me out was the last time Kamala ran. She identified as an American Indian, and now she identified as black. I just said some shit about that, B.
She got both. She got both.
And that's cool if you want to claim both. But
she
if you
she
gonna
on
do that. Don't do it because it's convenient.
she on her Janae Aiko.
Don't do it because it's convenient. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
you wanna know the crazy thing? We can't
go.
do that shit.
Yeah, I
Barack,
can't take this off.
Barack Obama can't say, "Oh, I'm white. Let me in this club. My mama white." Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. It don't work like that.
Tiger Woods realized that
He
when
can't do that shit.
he called himself Kamala. I'm gonna say Kamala. Goodness gracious, he called himself like Cambodian or something. He like mixed Cambodian,
His
Black,
mom
and
is from
Asian
his
together.
mom from Thailand or some shit.
That's what I'm
I think
saying.
it's
He like
Thai.
mixed all of it together. But then when that scandal happened, he found out real quick he was still a nigga.
Bro, he either way he could have said, "Yo, I'm African. I'm an Afro Asian American or whatever." Like, yo, it ain't no problem with that, yo. Because
None.
if you mix, you should be in tune with your whole heritage if you
Yeah,
choose to do so.
yeah.
You know, if you choose
But
to do
just
so.
know,
But just know that just know you are what they gonna treat you like what you look like. That's
right?
a fact.
Like what Kanye say? Even if you in a Benz, you still a nigga in a coupe.
Facts. Facts. What Jay say? Like nigga, dog
I'm not
nigga, po
black.
nigga,
I'm
rich nigga.
OJ.
He said like nigga, dog nigga, po nigga, rich nigga, house nigga, field nigga, still nigga.
Still nigga. I'm not black. I'm OJ.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And that's that, bro. Like that's what I'm saying, yo. Like so like that. Like I don't like, bro. You know, I don't like that shit, yo. I don't like niggas jumping on a train trying to make blackness like a fad and shit because it's cool, nigga. It's always been cool.
We the best,
Like what the
bro.
fuck
Like
you
we
mean?
create culture. We like that coolness factor. That's
Like that's
us.
why,
Like
like
people
yo,
call
like
it stan Twitter language. That's just black African American vernacular
like
English.
like
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 that
I told
comes.
you, because you know, like I'm in an interracial marriage, and
Yeah.
but you know how people like I told you about how people be on that team interracial shit. Like nah, nigga, fuck that. Like this shit is not no trend. This shit is real life, yo.
Right. Right.
Like
Like it's not like you don't.
yeah,
It's not like
this shit
you.
is not a thing, bro. This shit real life. Niggas die
Well,
for this.
you're not a weirdo though. So you're not like, oh, look, my child has good hair. My
Nah,
daughter
nigga,
has
get the fuck
light
out
skin.
of
Like
here.
that's weird, yeah. Like niggas is weirdos.
Yeah,
It's the
I'm not on that
anti-blackness for
shit.
me.
No,
I promise y'all, if these police shootings wasn't at an all-time high, Kamala wouldn't have been chose. I mean, the
yo,
police shootings ain't gonna ain't gonna
bro,
stop.
yo, yo, Frenchie, bro. I know,
They ain't gonna
like you
stop.
know, like my man right here, Thomas, know, they picked Kamala because they knew we was about to come out and vote for her.
They,
Plain and simple.
like
Plain
when
and
I saw the
simple.
report when I saw the report was basically saying that he was gonna pick a black woman like as the VP, like that was like his only option. They sort of pushed him into a corner because like they were saying, oh, it might be
PR.
Stacey Abrams
I
or it
agree.
might be
Don't
Kamala,
touch that.
but like they were like, oh, it
We
has
good.
to be a black like Hillary tried it with Tim Kaine, but nobody knew who that nigga was, and
Nah,
him
yo,
speaking in Spanish
I'm gonna
wasn't
tell you
it.
what it is. That it was first. It has to be a woman, and they was like, "Oh, black woman, do it. It's gonna work. It's gonna work."
Yeah, I almost fell for the okey doke early on. Like it picked like when it first was happening, I was like, wait,
Hey,
who's
I
Kamala?
fell for it once, but I was proud of it, and I still am.
You talking about Obama?
Yes, yes, I was proud of that. I was 100% proud of that. That was my first vote, and I will say it. I don't care how anybody feels about it. That was my first time legally being able to vote. There was no way that I was not about to vote for him.
I remember that. That was
There was no
2012
way, bro. I
for
fucking
me.
cried, bro.
Yeah, I cried back in '08 when
Yo,
I
like
'cause
that shit was like that was truly historical, and there was no way that I was not about to be a part of that.
Simba said Obama was a good president. People have to stop with that. I mean, it depends on what you consider a good
Yeah,
president.
it
Because
depends on
like
what you
the
consider
people
a
he
good
was
president.
bombing, the people
Like
he was bombing think he's a terrible
as
president.
far
Like,
as being respectable to the institution of the presidency, yes, he's probably one of the best that we've ever had.
but like, what were we doing though? Like,
But yeah, what was we
that's
doing?
where I don't.
Yeah, what was we doing? Like even in these last 4 years, what was we doing? Me and my man's was talking about this earlier, right? I was telling him, I said, yo, I've driven all the way out east towards the beach, and I've driven west of Orlando, right? You take 50 from west to east, right? You're gonna see on the west side, you're gonna see broke down black neighborhood.
Yep.
Then you're gonna come through the middle, you get the city of Orlando, and then you drive east and you're gonna see broke down, poor, rural, what some would call redneck country, right? And you know what I saw on both sides? Two poor ass neighborhoods. And you know what else I saw on both sides? On the west side, I saw nothing but Biden Harris posters, and on the east side, I saw Trump Pence posters, and I'm like, yo, y'all both broke and y'all both poor,
That's
living
that's why
living like trash.
that's why it's dangerous when we come together. That's why I'm so excited about that. Whenever I talk about Chairman Fred Hampton,
Yeah,
like that Rainbow Coalition. If y'all haven't seen that PBS documentary about the first Rainbow Coalition, this is before Jesse Jackson.
yeah,
Like Fred Hampton, Bobby Lee, like the Young Lords,
yeah.
the Young Patriots, they all came together. These are poor black people, these are poor Puerto Rican people, these are poor white people. Like they all came together under
Yeah,
hey, we're
facts.
poor. We need to change this. Uh, let's come together. And they did. And then
Yeah,
the government was
facts.
like, nope, can't do that.
Yeah,
And they
facts.
killed Fred Hampton. Like,
Yeah.
I say this all the time. We're more alike than we are different. I truly believe that.
I mean, you don't gotta believe it. It's a fact.
Simba said, so Barack did what he could as a person, but he had to fulfill his presidential duties. But
Oh,
like,
yo,
if his
I'm gonna
duties
tell you, yo,
are,
bro.
go
Look,
ahead, go ahead.
bro. That whole Mitch McConnell shit. Uh,
You talking about him saying, "Oh, my whole point was to limit him to one term." That thing.
yes, yo, like I saw that coming when he got in there. I said, bro, there's no way in hell that they about to let the first black president liberate black people. That's not happening. That's not
But
happening on that watch,
that wasn't even his goal though. Like he early
bro,
on was like, "I'm
bro,
not a
bro,
president for black people. I'm a
bro.
president for all people." So like
But
that wasn't even
should he
like
not?
him having to switch it up.
But my point is that's what he was supposed to be though. Is it not?
That's what I thought. I thought we were gonna
Okay.
get a. But
What?
to be honest, like
Okay.
they're
No,
only
that's what you wanted.
yeah, but
That's
they're
what
not
you wanted. That's
beholden
what
to
we all
us.
wanted. That's what we all wanted. But the
But they're
reality
not
is,
beholden to us. They're beholden to the donors. That's what I'm saying. The people who put them in office
yeah.
and people with the big money
Oh,
roll, that's
absolutely.
who they're
Yeah.
going to.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't care about
Absolutely.
us.
Absolutely. They don't care about us.
Facts.
Yeah. Um. But it was just like, yo, like I had been woke up since then because I'm like, yo, and honestly, that conversation about them saying, "Oh, we are gonna make sure that he's a one-term president,"
Yeah.
that tells you right there. That's where the real power is. That's where the real power is. You know, so like when I look back on last Wednesday,
Yeah.
remember I said this. I was like, as idiotic as it was, that shit was amazing. Cause I'm like, yo, we're finally getting mad at the right people. You know what I mean? We finally directing our energy towards the right people instead of each other.
Simba said, America has a plan, and each president has to adhere to the real American plan.
Oh
Like
yeah, I know.
it's
That's why they got. That's the real reason why they had to get Donnie up out of there, yo. He wasn't part of the plan,
he a loose cannon.
yo.
They could put anybody in office. To be
Hey,
honest, the real change doesn't start with the president. It's Congress and Senate. The president is just a face.
yeah, absolutely, man. And yo, we can touch more on it this week, next week. You know what I mean?
I'm with it.
Yeah, cause I'm gonna be pulling the trigger this week on kind of this whole week. You know what I mean? With I'm gonna when I pull the trigger, I'm gonna touch on the inauguration a little bit. I'm gonna touch on a little bit about what Biden says he has planned. You know, because I'm telling you right now, that student debt cancellation, yo, I'm for all of that,
He
yo.
not doing it.
Nah,
He
nah,
not gonna do it.
yeah, I know, but I'm for all of that, and I know he's not gonna do it because, like I say, yo, I'm still tight that I had to take out a student loan anyways. I shouldn't have had to. My shit should have been paid for it. But that's another story.
Hold on. I gotta read this.
Go
All
ahead.
right. Simba said, America is a bully that bombs and terrorizes other countries. Always will be. No
Hey,
one person
hey,
will stop that.
yo, you right, and they just made a movie about it, Outside the Wire. Great film.
I gotta watch that.
Yeah, great. Hey,
That's
yo, that movie literally ties into to what she said.
I just started this book, yeah. I know it's backwards. Let me see if I could flip the camera.
Bro,
Hold on.
you good.
Now bump
Just send
that.
it to me.
Now bump that. All right, you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is about a guy who was fighting for the country for like 3 years,
Uh-huh.
and then he got shipped to Iraq, and he was one of the first people to speak out against the Iraq war. And he was like, even though I'm a part of the military, this is jacked up.
Yeah, you change
And
when
so
you
I'm
yeah,
reading about that.
yo, shit changed when you see your work firsthand, bro.
That's a bar.
It do. That's what that movie was about. And yo, in all honesty, like that's kind of when it changed for me, bro. Like they used to like they used to let us see the videos of us of the bombs that we sent out, bro. And like I seen that shit, and I'm just like, yo, like that shit fucked me up, bro.
Yeah.
Like they like They let us bro. I worked like with these pilots, bro. I worked with the people putting the bombs, loading them shits up, bro. Like
Yeah,
I launched the first attack on ISIS, bro. I
that's
remember
crazy.
that. Like
That's crazy.
I launched that first aircraft, bro. And like I went out there, I had a lot of adrenaline in my body. I knew what we was doing. You know, I was excited about it. I was like, yo, this is historical. And then when the pilots invited us to see the footage of, you know, the and I was just like, yo, like them people ain't did shit to me.
Yeah,
You know, that's just how I felt. You know, and I was like,
that's Muhammad Ali. That's what he said. He was like, why would I fight the Viet Cong? The Viet Cong ain't never called me nigga. Like
yeah,
they talked about that in the Five Bloods too,
yeah,
where the radio host, like that's how they found out MLK got assassinated,
yeah.
where she was like, Black GI, why are you fighting us when you
Well,
need to be
bro,
fighting the real enemy? Like,
bro, they said that the Nazis they used the same tactics in World War II as well.
I mean, the Nazis got their game from America, like
Yeah,
how they were treating black people.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But they like people wrote about them trying to recruit blacks
Right.
because they say,
Yeah.
yo, they said we not your enemy.
Yeah.
And it's
Uh,
funny. It's funny because I look at history and I always hear that and I always see that and like I always felt like I'm like, yo, if America, God forbid, but if the shit ever got invaded, I'm like, yo, I'm not worried about nothing. They ain't looking for me. I'm good.
Shot, can you read what Simba wrote?
She said it's different. She said it's different for me because my family is foreign. They marry other foreigners, so as Americans, we think that it's a threat. And it's all politics and power and land and oil. And I'm like,
We saw that Dave Chappelle
I
skit
gotta go
with
get
Black Bush where he was I
that. Yeah,
love how comedians think because they take something that can be so complex and then just whittle it down to like simple concepts. And I feel like that Black Bush skit broke it all the way down.
no, yeah,
Whereas like,
yeah, it broke all the way down. I think, in all honesty, I think comedians give us the news from the perspective that we really thinking.
yeah,
They speak comedians speak to us how we're really feeling, and because they do it, it is funny. It is funny.
rappers too.
Yeah,
Rappers too be talking that talk. Like 21 Savage, man, the way he broke down the trap and how like the trap is always gonna be there because even the people from the outer city, as Tupac called it, uh, like they come into the inner city to get they drugs.
yeah,
Like
the trap.
so yeah, but
Yeah, it's a
I don't
trap.
know.
Yeah, and then when you grow up in it and you get in it and you in it and you feel like it ain't no way out, you trap. You know.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah,
But
bro, I know I
I
almost
think
went there. So
I think that's a great ending. I'm looking forward to your pull the trigger.
oh yeah, you
Also, my
bro,
boy,
you know
yo,
like
Hefe Hefe
oh yeah
Chefe coming.
yeah y'all be on the lookout for Hefe Chef. It's coming. It's coming.
He can cook. The boy can burn. I swear. He done made me some food and it was
Yeah.
delicioso, like my homegirl Dora say.
Yeah, well, we get in there, we get into it. Yeah, so I'll be pulling the trigger before the end of the week, before the week is over. So tomorrow, Friday, and for real, yo, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Yo, like we go live at random. You know, if it's some smoke out there, we gonna let y'all know. And y'all come sit in, y'all come talk about it. You know, it's all
Yeah, this
love.
chat was popping tonight.
It's all love. So, yo, we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for stopping by. Thomas, I'm gonna holler at you, my guy.
Stay black.
Peace.